Welcome to our next game of the day between Life Christian and Shawnigan Lake. Life Christian will be in those white uniforms out of Forest Park, Georgia, going right to left. Shawnigan Lake will be in the blue and yellow uniforms out of Canada. Matter of fact, BC in Canada. And they will be working left to right here. So Shawnigan Lake with it first. They try to work baseline, swing it back around, and that sails out of bounds to the hands of Nick Carmel. And it will be Life basketball. They'll play it in and now bring it up into the front court here. Off on the wing for Kendarius Gist. Ran out of room. Now had to go back up to the top of the key for Marquez Cruz. Cruz down the lane, out to Gist, and that wouldn't go. Back the other way comes Shawnigan down the lane. That layup missed, but tipped up and in underneath by Sergio Pereira. And it is a 2-0 lead for Shawnigan Lake. On the baseline, runner there wouldn't go. This tipped out of bounds, and it will be Shawnigan Lake basketball. 7:01 to go here in our opening quarter. A 2-0 lead for Shawnigan. Off to Carmel. Nice little backdoor feed. That shot is blocked. Took a little bit too long for Josh Ruin to get the shot off after he collected himself. And they'll have to play it in from the baseline.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Nice pass underneath. He just took way too long getting it up.
Here comes the middle of the floor. This floated up and off by Drew Leo Leosegopi Ape. I have no idea if I said that right or not. And I apologize if I didn't, but Shawnigan will work it back up into the front court here. 6:30 to go in our first quarter, 2-0 lead, and there's a steal coming out of there with it is Ja'Cory Gist down the lane, has that blocked, and then the rebound picked back up and laid in on the second attempt by Amari McAllister, and we've got a foul on the other end of the floor. That will go on Josh Ruin. That's his first and team first on Shawnigan Lake. Free throw here is good. And Drew Leo Leosogi Ape back to the free throw line here. And he makes a pair. 4-2 the lead for Shawnigan. Now Life will back it out. This is Marquez Cruz. Cruz gives it up to Gist. This is Ja'Cory Gist. Down the lane and missed that, and the rebound underneath to Shawnigan.
Might as well pack the suitcase. He walked all over the place doing that, but no call.
So Life expanding that 2-3 zone way up top. It's good pass underneath, and nice the two-hand dunk by Pereira. It's a really nice feed. Now 6-2 the lead for Shawnigan. Down the lane, ball kicked down along the baseline. Now back in the corner, 3 ball off the mark for Kendarius Gist.
Pereira with that rebound again, number 3 already this afternoon. Boy, he's racking out. Still packing that 2-3 zone is Life. Got the pass, and here they come.
On the lane, that layup missed, but a whistle and a foul on Julio Leosoge Ape, his first and team second. 5 minutes to go in the first. 6-2 is the lead for Shawnigan Lake.
All right, how do you say that guy's name?
I have no idea. I'm giving it a shot, though.
I just wanted to hear you. I want to make you say it again. Oh, boy.
Free throw here. That's no good. And again, we're actually nowhere near any of these teams.
No.
That's the problem. We're way up in a second level, overlooking from the other side of the facility. And free throw is good there. 1 out of 2.
We could use a large magnifying glass or something.
So anytime we have a question about a score, foul, names, we're nowhere near anybody. So there's really no chance unless somebody tells us.
Oh,
this tipped
nice
in on
tip.
the inside. And the rebound and the points go to Sergio Pereira on the controlled tip.
Somebody's going to put a body on him inside. He's going to have a long, he's going to make a long afternoon for him.
8-3. Baseline feed. This 3-ball
There it
good.
is. Good
Rattling
shot.
it in is Kendarius Gist. Now 8-6.
There it is.
Ape
No.
fires 3. That was off the mark. Back to the way it comes. Down the lane. And trying to save it was Marquez Cruz, but he was out of bounds. So with 4 minutes to go in our opening quarter, Shawnigan Lake will play it in, leading 8-6.
This is our third team. We've had 2 brothers playing. Well, one was 2 sisters and two brothers are evidently twins.
And it comes in the post. Wow, that's
Oh,
a really
nice.
nice move
Wow.
by Sergio Pereira. He's kind of spun around and used that right hand to float it in.
That was pretty.
10-6. Pass down the lane, deflected. It goes off of Shawnigan Lake, and it will be Life basketball. Three ball on the wing. That's off the mark from Ja'Cory Gist.
I'm not too sure that was supposed to have been a shot. I think it was actually supposed to have been a pass. He just flipped it up there too casually.
At the free throw line, that jumper wouldn't go. Back on the run comes Life. Down the lane, that shot erased on the inside by Ape, and we have whistle and a foul on the inside. That will be on Shawnigan Lake. It looked like he said 15. But it must be 13.
That's a good question.
So team third. Free throw here is good by Brandon Grimes. And we'll have another one coming. So Brandon makes a pair. Back up with it comes Nick Carmel. It's a free throw line for Pereira. And now back up with it on the run comes Life. Layup by Kendarius Gist. Now a 10-10 tie. 2:40 to go in the first.
As far, it seemed like a pretty even struggle. Not
That
just
sails
score-wise.
out of bounds.
I mean, obviously it's pretty close 10-10. That's the closest you can get. But the size of the players, the ability and so forth, they all look, both teams look identical to each other.
And that pass defended nicely and
Boy.
stolen away by
was-
Nick Carmel. And then he threw it away. Back to the way comes Life. 3-on-2 break. Good pass ahead. The layup missed
That
by Ja'Cory. Now off in the corner. 3 ball hit the side of the backboard. And Out of there with it comes Shawnigan Lake down the lane, and we have a whistle and a foul on Marquez Cruz, his first, team first. On the wing, 3 ball, good for Soge Ape. That'll make it 13-10, the lead for Shawnigan Lake. And we have a whistle and an offensive foul. Be on Amari McAllister, his first, team second. Down the lane goes to Soge Ape, and we have a whistle and a foul. And again, it's on Amari McAllister. That's his second, team third.
Well, those penetrating drives like that draw those fouls. They can get a team in trouble quick.
His free throw is off the mark. And the second one is good. 14-10, the lead for Shawnigan. Life trying to get something going offensively here. Cruz under a minute to go in the quarter, and that's taken away. Out on the run comes Soge Ape down the lane and lays it in.
Well, they got a couple really nice players. Soge is really on with it, and Pereira.
And we've got a timeout to Life, a 30-second timeout. Be back here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So out of the timeout, Life with it. Down the lane, spinner won't go for Ja'Cory Gist. Rebound put back up, no, but we have a whistle and a foul. Did they even say who the foul was on?
On the guy underneath on that side.
I'm just going to go with Sergio Pereira.
All right.
His first, team fourth, free throw off the mark here. And Kylon Reed misses a pair, now down to 20 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll pay out front. Trying to work back in the middle. That was knocked away. Ape goes behind the back. That was finally stolen away. Down to 3 seconds. 2, and a two-handed dunk off the turnover by Sergio Pereira, and that will do it for the quarter. 18-10 is the lead for Shawnigan Lake. Take a break, come back with quarter 2 in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So life back to it here, trailing 18-10 at the beginning of quarter number 2. Out front, 3 ball, and that's good. Rolled in from Marquez Cruz.
Yeah, that's a nice set shot by Cruz. Just flipped it with his wrist.
18-13. And a little pass underneath was tipped up and in by Sergio Pereira.
Pereira,
20-13 lead.
He can live up in the air like that. Pereira can. He's can.
In the lane, that knocked away and now picked up by Shawnigan Lake. And a whistle and a foul on the jump shot. And that will be on Brandon Grimes, his first, team 4th.
Well, he didn't give him the shot anyway. He whacked his arm good enough he couldn't make it.
Free throw off the mark. So 1 on a 2 that trip, 21-13, under 7 minutes to go in the half. In the post now for Kylon Reed. Try to give it back in the middle. That goes off the rim from Ja'Cory Gist. And now they'll come back up with it, will Shawnigan Lake. Jump on the baseline, wouldn't go, and now Life will push it up. And we have a whistle and a foul. I'm having trouble with the way they're calling some of these. They look like 50 to me. It must be 5, but.
Must be.
I believe that was on Nick Carmel. That might have been what they were doing, is using 2 hands for the single number. In any case, jumper along the baseline, rattles off, no good. Rebound put back up, that's blocked by Pereira. Now on the break, Ape down the lane, Pereira underneath, and he'll lay it up and in. 23-13, under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Baseline 3, that's good. Triple for Kendarius Gist. 23-16.
Well,
it's all the way down to the post. That's turned away. Back out on the run comes Cruz down the lane. Missed the layup. We have a blocking foul. That will go against Drew Leo Lesoge Ape. I have that as his third, but it very well could be his second because there's a few of these we're not catching real well. I mean, we're a long ways away from that, and we have no way to ask anyone, and we can't see the scoreboard either for the most part. So it's it makes some of those calls relatively difficult. Although on this scoreboard they don't have the player number thing anyway. So if you miss it, you miss it. Actually, at the moment, we can more or less see the scoreboard. Dave got a decent setup to where we have a camera that's kind of mounted toward it. But as far as us being down there to know what's going on, we can't really do that. 3 ball in the corner. That wouldn't go. Rebound was put back up, and that was off the mark. And now Shawnigan Lake will try to bring it up, and dribbling into a turnover was Ape. That shot blocked out of bounds by Pereira.
Yeah, it's like Pereira says, no, you're not.
Baseline for Cruz. He'll fire a 3. That's off the mark, and the rebound underneath. That's poked away, though.
Well.
Off the turnover. That shot blocked again by Pereira. And we got a whistle and a jump ball on the near sideline. 4:39 to go in the half. So Shawnigan Lake will bring it in. From what I know, Shawnigan Lake School on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. You want to talk, that's about as far west as you could possibly be.
Yeah, you're sitting out in the Pacific Ocean.
So the foul on Life's Kylan Reed, that's his first and team 5th. Interesting thing, according to their website, 100% of their graduates are accepted to universities.
Oh, that's not a bad average. Man.
Yeah. That's something. Yeah. That's what you'd call a relatively high percentage of your students. So in it comes as Shawnigan Lake will play it to the free throw line. Now off on the wing. 3 ball rattles off, no good. And the rebound underneath. On the run comes Life into the front court, and the layup there from Marquez Cruz. They'll make it 23-18.
Yeah, just 5th rebound. Got that started. 4th rebound. Jacory just.
That goes out of bounds off of Shawnigan Lake, and it will be Life basketball. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. 23-18 down the lane. This ball kicked into the corner. 3 ball. Nope. Short out of the hands of Kendarius Gist. Back the other way. Ape down the lane, and he'll lay it in with the left hand.
Whew.
25-18. Post it goes. That's shot off the mark by Amari McAllister.
Cruz with the rebound.
3 ball on the wing. That's no good. Rebound back out. 3 on this side is good. The triple for Jacory Gist. 25-21, and we have a timeout. So we'll take one as well. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So up come the Shawnigan Lake Stags,
Yes,
I believe.
it is the Stags.
3 ball out front.
There it is.
And that is good. A triple for Julio Lesogi Ape.
He's got a lot of name, but he has a lot of playing.
28-21, 2:45 to go in the half. 3 ball on the baseline. That won't go. Rebound underneath. That was blocked. And you know when they say to stand there straight up?
Yeah.
That's exactly what Sergio Pereira did. And good luck shooting over the top of him. He's standing there doing that.
That's right.
Out he comes on the break. This is Ruan. Tried to go back out front.
There it is again, another shot.
Ape for 3.
Oh.
That wouldn't go. And the rebound carries off into the corner. And there's a turnover. Back on the run comes Shawnigan Lake. Layup won't go. Rebound put back up and in by Sergio Pereira. Now with 30-21 lead, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Off on the wing, the runner won't go, but tip back up and in. Man, that was a tough shot from Amari McAllister.
That was
impressive. A high degree of difficulty, I'll tell you that. So the Stags trying to get something going here. A good baseline feed went through the hands of Graham. Now middle of the floor, this launched ahead. Tracking it down is Kendarius Gist for 3. That wouldn't go.
That's why taking a nice safe shot.
Well, let it fly, I guess. We're down to a minute to go in our opening half. Pull up 3. Well, Sergio Pereira attempted that, but I don't think their head coach was too thrilled with that idea.
He missed it by about 5 feet.
Vito Pasquale. And by the way, Vito Pasquale, that name sounds familiar. I've been around enough of these different teams to recognize some names. But underneath that's laid up and in.
That Cruz?
Yeah, I believe so.
Came in there and shot, and he came in, got his rebound, and put it in.
30-25, down to 25 seconds to go in the half. Out front, that's Ape with it. Almost lost it, dribbled into a double team, and now we have a whistle and a foul.
I'd say to Mr. Legusi Ape that you can dribble, but don't dribble yourself into trouble.
Yeah, you got built out a little bit there with the foul on Kendarius Gist, and with 14 seconds left, the free throw line goes Julio Lesogi Ape. That one rattles in. 31-25.
Amari McAllister is a pretty good-sized dude, too.
As that one off the mark, down to our final 10 seconds here. A 6-point lead for Shawnigan Lake. No wing. Cruz down the lane, forces that up, no. Rebound swatted out of bounds, and that'll do it for the half. 31-25 is the lead for Shawnigan Lake. Your first half scoring totals for Life Christian. 8 points for Marquez Cruz, including a 3 and 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 8 points for Kendarius Gist, including 2 threes. Ja'Cory Gist with 1 3-point field goal. Brandon Grimes with 2 points, 2 of 2 from the line. Amari McAllister with 4 points. Life is 4 of 13 from 3-point range. For Shawnigan Lake, only 2 players even scored in that half. 14 points for Julio Lesogi Ape, including 2 30-point field goals. He was 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 16 points for Sergio Pereira. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Shawnigan Lake, 2 of 5 from 3-point range. I'll pass it off to you for your rebound totals.
All right, first of all, for Life Christian, we had Marquez Cruz with 4, Jerry Gist with 5, Kylan Reed with 2, Hendricks with 1, Brandon Grimes with 2, and Amari McAllister with 2 for a total of 16. 16 rebounds for Life Christian. And on the opposite side, Shawnigan Lake School, we have Josh Brown with 2, Charles Ash with 3, Torben Graham with 2, and Sergio Pereira with 7, and Drew Leo Lasaji Ape with 1 for a total of 15. So 16-15 in favor of Life Christian in rebounding. How about that?
And at the half, 31-25, Shawnigan Lake leads. We'll take a break, come back in about 8 minutes with your second half. You're watching the NCSAA. Start of half number 2 as Shawnigan Lake leads it 31-25 here over Life. Life will get the ball to start our second half. And Mari McAllister on the wing, back up top to Cruz. Now Gist, that's Kendarius Gist. This is Jacory. And now back up top. Drive along the baseline. The runner there is good.
Just as going out of bounds, you flipped it up in the air and over the edge to the backboard and down to the hoop.
And we had, I think Life forced a turnover, but it ended up that they were out of bounds in doing so. And now the Stags will play it in. Inbounds pass is picked off down the lane, and laying it in is Kylon Reed. And another steal, and a reverse layup is good. Well, all of a sudden, Life rolling in a few points, and we're tied at 31, and that was really quick that we got there. Down the lane and up and under move.
There we go.
Trying to see who that was. I think
Number
it
5.
was Josh Ruan, as Josh gives Shawnigan Lake a 33-31 lead. Is that slap back out of bounds?
Well, Pereira again set one sailing.
Out front, deep 3. That's off the mark. And the rebound underneath to the Stags. Up it comes, and again, you hit that on the head before. The Soge Ape needs to give up the ball sooner than that. Try to dribble through all that, and then this happens, which is a triple out front by Jacory Gist. And it's 34-33. Back to the way it comes, and out front 3 ball. That's good. Triple for Sergio Pereira. Had a nice straight look at it.
Well, the one thing Life did is surprise Shawnigan Lake and got themselves right back in the game. Now they can battle out toe-to-toe the rest of the way.
36-34. Off into the corner. 3 ball there is way short, but put back up and in. Underneath by Marquez Cruz. Back the other way, and another dunk. This one from Sergio Pereira.
Here they come back again.
38-36 is the lead for Shawnigan Lake. And a game that's been entertaining, really entertaining.
Yeah.
2-3 zone, back to the middle of the floor. 5:20 to go in the third. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That banks in for Kylon Reed, who has come on strong here in the second half. 38-38 tie. That pass picked off in an impressive defensive play from Kendarius Gist. 3 ball on the wing. That's short, and it will carry out of bounds, and it will be Shawnigan Lake ball. It seems like all of a sudden somebody put the pedal to the metal and said, let's just go as fast as possible.
That's what they're doing anyway.
And it comes to Pereira on the break. Pereira spin move down the lane and almost, I thought he was going to dunk it. And got caught on the rim, back the other way. We have layup and a charge on Marquez Cruz. That will be his second and team first this half. And it comes down the lane. That's knocked away. Now off along the wing. And trying to dunk it was Ape, but he'll head to the free throw line. I wasn't really expecting that either, to be quite honest with you. Foul on Marquez Cruz, his third, team second. 4:35 to go in the third. All tied up at 38. Free throw here is good. So Lesoge Ape to the free throw line one more time. .40-38. His Life will bring it back up. Gonna come back over to the near side. 3 ball on the wing. That's off the mark. Rebound tip back out. Down the lane. Stepping in and laying it in is Marquez Cruz. Back tied at 44 minutes to go in the third. We got a whistle and another foul.
Yeah, that was going to be just right here.
I think that's the 4th foul on Cruz. It's either the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, because he was holding a guy from breaking free. Several times back and forth they've been holding each other. They're going to have to start calling it because they're getting pretty deliberate at it now.
And an alley-oop dunk underneath, but it's going to be waved off as we have a foul before that.
Wow.
As the foul on Brandon Grimes.
I think Life has woken up a sleeping giant.
2nd and team 4th. That was an impressive dunk, too, off the alley-oop. And out on the wing, it comes for Ape. Step back 3. That was on the top of the backboard. Rebound put back up and in underneath by Sergio Pereira. 42-40 the lead for the Stags.
Sergio is just really unusual.
3 ball in the corner. That won't go. Rebound tipped underneath. Put back up, no. And coming away with it is Pereira. Comes in the front court. Ruin tried to get down the lane. He turned it over. And the pass ahead is tracked down. Kendarius tried to go back in the middle of the floor, and that's thrown away. So Nick Carmel up into the front court. Got a whistle and another foul. This will be on Brandon Grimes. That's his 3rd and team 5th. 3:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Pereira is back out front. Try to swing it over on the wing. Back out front, 3 ball. That's no good, but tipped up and in.
How about that?
Underneath.
Jakuri Gist, number 5.
That's
Isn't it?
Charles Ash.
Oh, is it Ash?
And Gist is on Life. So you're looking at the.
Oh, I got him backwards.
3 ball in the corner. That's good. Triple for Life way over there in the corner. That was Kendarius Gist, his 3rd 3. Back the other way. And that blocked out of bounds. 44-43 is the lead for Shawnigan Lake. 2:10 to go here in the 3rd. And that left a little short, tipped out of bounds, and it will be Shawnigan Lake basketball.
Life basketball.
Or yeah, sorry, Life basketball. You're making me do it now. Full timeout to Life. 2:02 to go in the 3rd. 44-43 Shawnigan Lake. Back in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Out of the timeout. Life from the near side. Back up top to Ja'Cory Gist. Now on the wing for Chris Coleman. Coleman holds there. Gist for three. That's short. And the rebound underneath. Coleman forces it back up. No. And put back up again. No. One more time. That's good by Brandon Grimes. 45-44, and then eventually carries out of bounds. It will be Shawnigan Lake basketball. That is at the end. Timeout?
Timeout.
Okay. We'll take one as well.
On the
1:22
floor.
to go in third. Back with more in a minute. You're watching the NCSAA. So Shawnigan Lake to play it in. 1:22 to go here in the third quarter. A 45-44 lead for Life. And we got a whistle and a foul.
I think it's on them.
I think it might be on Nick Carmel. I think it's his third and team second. They put up all the number, like for 7, they put up. That's why it throws you off, because you don't know if it's a 25 or if it's a 7. Under a minute to go now in the third. This comes back up front. Gist off in the corner. 3 ball. That's off the mark. Rebound underneath. Put back up and in by Kylon Reed. 47-44. So full court pressure here. Pass up. Taken by Josh Ruin. He lost it on the turnover. Back outside. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. We got a whistle and a foul. That will be on Charles Ash. That's his first, team second.
What happened?
Well, Nick Carmel walked off the floor and walked out the door. And it appeared out of frustration, although maybe there's a different reason for it, but free throw off the mark for Kendarius Gist. We'll have another one coming. I haven't seen that one before. And the second one, good. 48-44. Shawnigan Lake having some trouble with this full court press. Knocked out of bounds, and the Stags will get it back. Well, he's back, though. So Nick Carmel back on that bench. Must have been make a run to the locker room or something. Down the lane, that wouldn't go. And back out of there with it comes the Stags, and that'll do it for the quarter. 48-44 is the lead for Life. Come back with quarter number 4 in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So back to it we go with the Stags in the offensive end, trailing 48-44. Down the lane, that's stolen away. And up with it comes Life. Chris Coleman into the front court, left it off on the baseline. Now that runner off the glass, no. Rebound tipped out, and coming down with it was Ampe, and we have a whistle and a foul. So a foul on Chris Coleman, his first, and team 6th.
No, Life has turned up the heat on Shawnigan Lake, getting some turnovers.
Rowan back out front for Ash. Now far side to Lasoge Ape. And Shawnigan Lake will restart. 3 ball out front. That's off the mark. Rebound tip back out. And on the run comes Life. Now they'll slow down. 7 minutes to go here in this one.
I'm sure Shawnigan Lake will go along with this.
Well, I mean, for a minute, but they're down by 4.
Oh, Shawnigan is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were ahead.
No, they're trailing. I mean, I don't think they're in any particular hurry quite yet. But at some point, they're going to need to press the issue a little bit. That layup wouldn't go. Rebound put back up, no. And finally cleared on underneath. And it comes on the break. Picked up by Graham. Pereira pushed it across, and we have a whistle and a travel on the far side of the floor. So it is Life basketball.
That's one of those little nitpicky calls. But they usually like to hit those on you.
And from the corner is Life trying to reset a second here. Jumper on the baseline. That's off the mark. Rebound tracked down, and now out on the run comes Sergio Pereira, and that ended up being way too easy of a two-handed dunk. Just kind of cruised on in there. 48-46. Coming up on 5:30 to go in the game. Down the lane, and that shot erased out of bounds by Pereira.
What he should do is reach up and just catch it. He's up there high enough he could do that.
And another block by Pereira.
That coach doing on the walkway?
So, Life to play it in. Back out front. No. Marquez Cruz will hold, and I believe Shawnigan Lake's going to go man-to-man here. Trying to match up down the lane. Cruz, good pass. Layup missed, though, by Brandon Grimes, and Shawnigan Lake will bring it up.
Barrera got that rebound.
48-46, 5 minutes left. And we had a turnover out front, and we have a timeout on the floor to Life. Take a break, come back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So under 5 minutes to go, 48-46 is the lead here for Life, and they have the basketball. Trying to work some clock here. Whistle and a foul out front on Drew Leo Lasoge Ape. I have it as his fourth, could also be his third, depending upon how they called some of this.
Yes, it could be.
Here it comes for Kendarius Gist. Life taking their time. On the lane, got another turnover.
Another case of dribbling the ball too much. Now he's going to turn and get back.
Soge Ape into the front court. And we got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Ja'Cory Gist. That's his first. And that will send Shawnigan Lake to the line for free throws, I think. I thought it did, but maybe I'm wrong. I had it as team 7, but it is one in the bonus here.
Of course you're right.
With 4:04 to go in the game.
Whoa, that was a nice shot.
Give me my list of team names over there. The team name list. Is that off the mark by Ape? And now Life will bring it back up.
Hey, Life holding on that 2-point lead, pulls the ball out front. Going to try to run that clock on down, put a little pressure on Shawnigan Lake. Driving in, loses the ball.
Turnover, back on the run they come. Alley-oop and the dunk for Sergio Pereira.
Oh.
And what a pass from Ape. Back the other way it comes as we're tied at 48. And we got a whistle and a foul down low.
Who is at the line?
that might have been on Charles Ash, but again, it's kind of hard to tell at times. This free throw good by Ja'Cory Gist. Be another one coming. Boy, now that was
Yeah.
some kind of fast break right there. (50-48). Shawnigan Lake to inbound. In it comes, and the Soge Ape dribbled the ball out of bounds, so it will be Life basketball. By the way, Covenant and Finger Lakes is up next. Just thought I'd take a look at the next game coming our way. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the game, 50-48. That's the lead for Life. Down the lane and missing the layup.
Missed the layup.
I think that was Kylon Reed, but back the other way now comes Ape down the lane. That wouldn't go. Life out on the run, and the layup is good. And we have a timeout to Life, 52-48. They lead Shawnigan Lake with 2:35 to go. Back with more of your fourth quarter in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. And another turnover off the full court press out in the corner. 3 ball. That was blocked by Pereira, and it will be Life basketball. Three ball in the corner. That's good. A triple. I mean, I want to talk about quick release on that shot. That's Kendarius Gist.
Still put it again.
Is that Grimes? 57-48. That's deflected. Oh, was 3. I looked down to put the previous points down, and they scored so fast I couldn't get the other one written down.
It's the little guy over there. I think it's
3. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
57-48. 2 minutes left. And it comes, and the Sogi Ape is fouled. And I believe that's 5 fouls on Marquez Cruz. As Chris Coleman will check in. Free throw is good here for Ape. The problem for Shawnigan Lake has been the full court pressure from Life.
Yes, it
They had
has
this
been.
game pretty well under control until that press started to ramp up, and then everything started to fall apart. 57-50, under 2 minutes to go. It comes to Kendarius Gist. Back out front to Jacory. And Shawnigan Lake, if they want to play the foul game, they got to do it pretty quick here. And timeout to Life. 30-second timeout with 1:38 to go. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Three ball on the wing, and that's good again. And again, it's Kendarius Gist with the triple. Now 60-50, up to a 10-point lead with 1:19 to go. Ready comes. As Life trying to push the ball at the floor. That's stolen away. Sergio Pereira with the two-handed dunk.
That's just patting and move anymore.
60-52. There's another turnover.
What are they doing?
Turning the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, why? Why are they?
Back to the middle of the floor. Now on the wing. Ruan with the runner. That's good. Josh with another bucket. It's 60-54, down to 40 seconds to go. Three in the corner. That's short. And again, back up with it comes Shawnigan Lake. Three ball is good. Triple for Julio Lasoge Ape. And we got a whistle and a foul. And all of a sudden, it's 60-57. Boy, there should be like a whole nother, I don't know, 5 or 6 seconds added onto that clock. And we have a timeout. So we will take a break. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So we have a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass. Go on Josh Bruin. I believe that's only the team, well, it's team 6th officially. So next free throw will send Shawnigan Lake to the free throw line, and we've got a timeout to Life. So once again, back in just a moment. You're watching the NCSA. So off the inbounds pass, we have a whistle and a foul in the backcourt on Sergio Pereira. Will be his second. And now free throws coming up here for Life in a game that got really close here at the end, and it was 10 points with a minute to go.
Tell you what, that's the fastest I've seen 10 points evaporate. Seems like got 7 of them gone, but.
So free throw here is off the mark. Rebound on the inside, and it gets away. And now on the run. 3 ball on the wing. That's off the mark. Rebound tipped back out. Shawnigan Lake's trying to tie it. That 3 wouldn't go. And then the foul here.
Boy, they had the chances.
And that's going to pretty much do it. A foul on Torben Graham. I mean, not officially do it. If Life misses another free throw, this game is still going. However, if Chris Coleman can make one, or make the first one at least, this game is effectively over, and timeout to Shawnigan Lake.
He's got a bad wheel.
One more break. We'll come back with the final few seconds in just a moment. So to the free throw line goes Chris Coleman, and that free throw is good, and that's a big free throw because that will make it 61-57 and now a 2-possession game.
That just about seals it.
Second one off the mark.
And they didn't get the rebound.
And Life gets the rebound and another foul, and now it's definitely over because with 4.9 seconds left, there's really no chance that Shawnigan Lake is going to get 2 cracks at this, unless for some reason Coleman misses this free throw and then you get fouled while shooting a 3. That's not the only real scenario here. And there's the made free throw, so now there is no scenario. 62-57.
Yeah, all you got to do is let them have the ball.
And 63. Nobody.
Shoot it.
There it goes, and that will do it. So our final 63-57 is the win here for Life as they put on that full court press, manage to grab a lead, and hang on down the stretch. Final totals, first off for Shawnigan Lake, 4 points for Josh Ruin, 2 for Charles Ash. 21 points for Drew Leo Lesoge Ape, including 3 3-point field goals. He was 8 of 11 from the free throw line. $30 points for Sergio Pereira, including a 3 and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Shawnigan Lake, 4 of 10 from 3-point range. For Life Christian, 4 points for Amari McAllister, 4 for Brandon Grimes, including 2 of 2 from the line. Chris Coleman, 3 points. He was 3 of 4 from the line. 8 for Kylon Reed. He was 0 for 2 from the stripe. 10 points for Ja'Cory Gist. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 22 points for Kendarius Gist. He had 5 3-point field goals and was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 12 points for Marquez Cruz. He had 1 3 and was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Life, 8 of 24 from 3-point range. Pass off to you for our rebounding totals.
All right, rebounding, first of all, for Shawnigan Lake, we had Josh Brown with 3, Nick Carmel with 1, Charles Ash had 5, Torben Graham had 5, Sergio Pereira had 12, Drew Leo Lusoji had 2, for a total of 28 rebounds for Shawnigan Lake. And for Life Christian, Marquez Cruz had 7, Ja'Cory Gist had 8, Colin Reed had 3, Montalvan Hendricks had 1, Chris Coleman had 2, Brandon Grimes had 4, and Iman McAllister had 2 for a total of 27. So actually, Shawnigan Lake won the rebound battle 28-27, but lost the game.
All right, Life wins it. We have a 5-minute break. That's it. 5 minutes. We'll get to our next game in that amount of time. You've been watching the NCSAA.